The year 2023 is about to come to an end. There are just about another 25 days left. If you have to look at Indian cricket, it's been relatively good. 9 out of 10 things have gone right for them. 1 out of 10, unfortunately, on the field, they lost the World Cup final. And if you want to include it, even the World Test Championship final. Even for the BCCI, the year 2023 might be looked at as a pretty good year. 9 out of 10 things went well for them. Off the field, there were some issues when you look at the World Cup logistics, how poorly it was planned. But as we are about to end 2023, there is a development that is kind of rankling within the BCCI. This comes when the Indian cricket team has departed for South Africa as they are aiming to conquer the final frontier. Now, off the field, the BCCI is involved in a legal tussle. What is that legal tussle? It is BCCI versus Byjus. Now remember, Byjus was the star when it came to the AajTak entity, and until 2022, they were on top of the world. But suddenly, as high as they go, the bigger is the fall and rapid is the fall. Now the BCCI have jumped into this and they are taking legal action against Byjus. Now why are they taking this legal action? It involves a massive sum of money. The understatement is how much. Now in this video, I'll tell you the numbers behind as to why Byjus is facing the heat from the BCCI, because according to many credible reports, the BCCI has taken action against Byjus by approaching the NCLT, and it wants to initiate insolvency proceedings. Now, insolvency is a particular economic term in which there are a lot of financial complications, to say in the simplest of terms. Now, what is the NCLT? NCLT is National Company Law Tribunal. It handles all the kind of corporate mismanagements if an entity wants to take a particular company to court. It's like the consumer court that you are seeing outside of the legal jurisdiction that is there. But the NCLT has the authority to ensure that these kind of actions, insolvency proceedings and all of that, they can take action on it. Now, why has the BCCI taken action against Byjus? The main reason is 158 crores. Byjus has defaulted on a payment of rupees 158 crores. And remember, the existing deal that was there was for 3 to 4 years that Byjus had with BCCI, and especially on the jersey sponsorship. Now remember, it came onto the scene in 2019 when Oppo was the official jersey sponsor. After that, Byjus became the sponsor. 2-week notice period has been asked for a reply from Byjus, and if you don't give it, the next hearing will be on December 22. Now, why has the situation deteriorated to such an extent, and why they have defaulted on rupees 158 crore? That is the major question that everybody will be wanting to ask. Now, for all the Indian cricket enthusiasts and for all the Indian cricket fans, why this is important? You all will know that Byjus was the team sponsor, the Indian cricket jersey sponsor in 2019. There was a jersey, you had Byjus written very prominently in that in 2019. The deal came as a part of a tripartite agreement. Now remember, Oppo was the earlier jersey sponsor, but then after that, in that 5-year agreement, there was a lot of problems in that. That's why Byjus was roped in. Byjus came on because it was a rather expensive jersey deal that they had gotten on board with. And in that, the terms was 4.61 crores. Byjus will pay BCCI rupees 4.61 crore for per bilateral game, and then rupees 1.51 crore for one ICC match where India is there in it. It also had a deal with the ICC also, and that's why it agreed Byjus basically agreed for an extension until the 2023 World Cup. This happened in 2022, and it was so prominent that a 10% premium was agreed for the deal. They were very confident that the deal would go through, but then problems started mounting in Byjus. It was already rumbling in the surface once they became part of even the FIFA World Cup in 2022, which was held in Qatar. But now, after that, the wheels started to come off Byjus. What exactly happened? Now, the trigger point for BCCI to ensure that they took Byju's to the NCLT was that Byju's had encashed a contract bank guarantee of rupees 140 crore because they had to encash it due to the financial troubles, due to the business troubles that they had faced. Now, they had nothing to give to the BCCI under the deal, and that's why BCCI took this decision. Process envy. Process envy was one of the entities and one of the investors in Byju's, and they had often raised a red flag about the governance, the strategy, which was not compatible with the way how the financial system was. But Byju's ignored Process envy's recommendations. Remember, Process envy is a Dutch firm, and because of that, they refused for that, and their situation only deteriorated. The condition was so bad that there was a legal battle over a USD 1.2 billion loan, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Prior to them coming on board in the FIFA World Cup, Byju's laid off 2,500 employees around March 2022. Thus, when the FIFA deal was agreed with, it was a surprise. When employees were laid off, how could Byju's do that? 1,000 employees were further sacked in 2023. And because of the mounting problems, financial problems, because of this particular bank guarantee that was encashed, that was worth rupees 140 crore, it's now BCCI versus Byju's. Now, the problems at the AajTak company are only mounting, and one wonders how they can give a response to them in 2 weeks' time. Whatever happens, once the BCCI is come into this, it will be very difficult for Byju's to find a solution in this. One hopes that they find a solution, because the Jersey deal was part of a 3 to 4 year agreement, but then after that they just could not extend it. And once they could not extend it, for one particular section, for one particular tournament, India played without the Jersey sponsor. So that's why there will be big ramifications coming up in the next few weeks. One hopes that it is not bitter. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates from Sports Today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.